Welcome to the course on C programming. In this video, we will be discussing about type conversion and typecasting. So consider division of two numbers. So 5 divided by 2. As you know, this will give you a result 2. Now suppose let us divide 5 divided by 42.0. In this case, this operand is of type integer, this operand is of type float, or it is a real number. Okay, whenever you are doing some operations, an operator expects its operands to be of same type, same data type. Okay, so whenever you are doing an operation, the operator like plus, minus, division, etc., expects that their operands are of the same type. Okay, so what happens in this case? In this case, one operand is of type 5, type integer, and the other operand is of type floating point. So they are having different types. Okay. So what will the compiler do? The compiler will convert these two into the same data type. Okay, so usually what happens is the smaller data type is converted into the larger data type. So you know that integer is a smaller data type because integer needs only 2 bytes to store information. Floating point requires 4 bytes. Okay, so what do? Your compiler will convert this integer data type 5 into a floating point data type. Okay, this is done without our knowledge. The compiler will do it internally. Internally the compiler will convert this integer data type into a floating point data type. So internally what will happen? Your 5 will become 5.0 and your 2.0 will remain 2.0 itself. Now both the operands have become the real, or they are floating point types, so they are of the same type, so you can divide and you get a result 2.5. Okay, so this is actually called as type conversion. Okay, so when an operator has operands of different types, they are converted to a common type according to a small set of rules. Okay, in general, only automatic conversions are those that convert a narrower operand into a wider one. That is, narrower operand means integer is a narrower operand here because it requires only 2 bytes. Okay, but floating point is the wider operand because it requires 4 bytes. Okay, so you convert the narrower operand into the wider operand type. Okay, so if we have an expression with a floating point number and an integer number, this integer will be converted into floating point data type, so the result will be in float. Okay, so that is what we have explained just now. Okay, so similarly there are certain rules. If either operand is a long double, okay, if you have a long double and some other operator, long double plus let us say double. Okay, so first operand is long double, second operand is double, then convert both to long double. Okay, convert this thing to long double. And if one is double and other is floating point, what you will do? You will convert this float into double. Okay, so you get this will be converted into double. Okay, if either operand is float, so if one is an integer and another is a float, what will happen? We will convert this integer into float. Okay, then if you have a character and integer, what will happen? You will convert this character into integer. Okay, Now if you have a shortend and an int, what will happen? You will convert this shortend into integer. Okay, these are the rules that we written here. Okay, so this is how you make type conversion. This is done internally. Okay, this type conversion can be actually achieved in three ways. One is implicit type conversion. Next one is called as assignment type conversion, and third one is explicit type conversion. In implicit type conversion, the data type or variable of the lower data type is converted to the higher data type. This is what we explained just now. Okay, so if we have an integer and a float, then integer is converted into float. Okay, so the lower data type or the one which has got lower precision or lower size is converted into a data type of higher precision. Okay, so this type of type conversion is actually called as promotion because you are converting from lower to higher. Now, this is an example. You have declared int I character C, and in C you are placing a character A. Now I am assigning I equal to C. What happens? I is an integer, C is a character. Inside C, I have the value A. Now into this I have assigned C. So what is the type of C? C is character. Okay, I is integer. Okay, so when a character and integer appears in an expression, what happens? This character is converted into integer. Okay, convert into integer. So this a is converted into an integer. This a's value, a is converted into an integer. Okay, when a is converted into an integer, what you will get? You get a's ASCII value. Okay, so I has the ASCII value of a now. Okay, so that is one way. Other rules are an operation between integer and integer yields integer result. Operation between real yields a real result. Operation between real and an integer always yields a real result, that we have already seen. Okay, so these are the examples. 2 by 5 integer and integer, you get an integer result. Floating point and an integer, you get a floating point result. Integer and floating point, you get a floating point result. Two floating points, you get a floating point result. Okay, so that is implicit type conversion. Next is assignment type conversion. So if two operands in an assignment operation are of different types, then the right side of the operand is automatically converted to the data type of the left side. So if I am writing int a comma b and float d, okay, and I am doing a is equal to d plus b, okay, so this d is float, b is integer. Okay, now I am actually adding what? Float and integer. So you are assuming that your result should be of type float. Okay, because of implicit type conversion. But what happens? You are actually assigning this float into an integer value. So what happens? This floating point number is converted into integer so that you can assign it into an integer value. Okay, so what is actually happening? I have declared two variables a and b in integer type and a variable d in floating point type, and I am adding d and b, that is I am adding a float and an integer. According to implicit type conversion, when you add a floating point number and an integer number, the result is supposed to be float. Okay, so you get a floating point number as the result. Okay, but check here, you are assigning this result into a. Okay, what is the value, what is the type of a? Type of a is integer. So when you are assigning something to a variable, then what happens? If left hand side and right hand side are of different type, then the right hand side's type is converted into the left hand side's type. Okay, so right hand side type is float, left hand side type is integer. So what happens, you convert this float into integer. Okay, so right hand side type float is converted into left hand side type integer and assigned. Okay, similarly if I have float a comma b, sorry, suppose I have the same thing here. I am trying to assign d is equal to a plus b. What happens? A and b are of type integer. Okay, so the result is supposed to be an integer, but in left hand side you have a float. So what happens? This integer is converted into float and assigned to d. Okay, so that is what is explained here. If the two operands in an assignment operation are of different types, then right side of the operand is automatically converted into the data type of left side. Okay, so we have examples here. Let k is an integer variable and a is a floating point variable. Okay, so a is float and k is integer. Okay, so I have k is equal to 5 by 2. Both are integers. Result is an integer. There is no type conversion. Obviously k is an integer, so 2 will be printed. Okay, then 5.0 divided by 2. So here this is float, this is integer. Since these two operands are different, 2 will be converted into 2.0. Result you will get as 2.5. But what happens? But what happens? This k is of type integer, so this 2.5 will be converted into 2. Okay, again 5.0 divided by 2, float and integer, result will be float, but since k is an integer, you will convert that float into integer. Okay, and here both are floats, result is float, but k is an integer, so it will be converted into integer. Okay, similar with this case, a is a floating point type. Even though both are integers and the result is an integer, the value assigned to a will be floating point type. Okay, similar with all the others. Next is explicit type conversion. In explicit type conversion, what happens is you are converting the type forcibly. Okay, you are converting type forcibly. That is, in the program, you will write yourself whether to convert a type into another type. Okay, so look at this example. X is equal to int 7.5. Okay, so what you are doing, you are writing the data type inside two brackets. Okay, so this 7.5 will be casted to this particular type. Okay, so this operation is called as type casting. Okay, so here this is not automatically done by the compiler. Here we are forcing it, the programmers are forcing it. Okay, so when you convert a type forcibly, it is called as explicit type conversion, or it is called as type casting. Okay, so how will you do this type casting? You give a variable x is equal to int in brackets 7.5. So what is the meaning of this? You are casting this 7.5 into the integer type. Okay, so into whatever thing you have to cast, you have to write it inside brackets. Okay, so here what I am doing, I am casting this into double. Okay, I am casting it into double. Here I am finding the sum of a and b, and the result I am casting it into integer. Okay, so this forcible conversion is called as explicit type conversion or typecasting. This is a very important topic. You have to know how you are going to cast it. Write it inside bracket. In whatever data type you are using to cast, write it inside bracket before the term you want to cast. Thank you.